It's time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk. Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world.
God,
whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports. 2 Men On with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
It's Wednesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? That means the boys are at the Horn YMCA. What's up? Let's go. $0 joining fee, $25 a month. $29 a month. Become a member at the YMCA, not just the Horn, but the McLeod as well. Reach out, become a part of the fellowship that is here. I am Fred Slow. You are Van Nunley. Yeah. Back at the station is Isaiah Johnson. Isaiah, how are you?
Doing wonderful.
Good.
So I know you're not a math guy.
Me?
But if you get a membership at the YMCA,
go ahead.
Every month except for Zay's month, it's less than $1 a day.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a deal. All right, just looking for updates here on the new Cowboys head coach. Let me see.
No, don't do that. Let's do that.
Okay,
We're Marty Schottenheimer III.
Marty Jr. Schottenheimer. Is he new?
Sammy Davis Jr.
He's a new one?
Heavy on the Schottenheimer. But Schottenheimer, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Put some respect on that family's name. They are football.
Yeah, they are.
He's not. 25 years in the NFL, you haven't been a head coach once. But all of a sudden, Jerry Jones says, "Nah, we're good, Dion."
Well, I mean, he started when he was of legal age to be a coach.
He's only 51.
Yeah, I mean, he started when he was 18. So
give
him a minute.
This guy was an offensive coordinator for the Jets with Mark Sanchez. I'm pretty sure.
There's a lot of Schottenheimers. Are you sure on that?
Are you sure it's the right one?
We need to make sure.
He 100% was a coach for the Jets. He was the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks in 18 through 21.
And the Rams. He was the offensive coordinator for the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah, not the McVay ones, though.
Not the good ones.
That's not the McVay one.
He was the 2012, 2014 end of the run. Can't figure out how to use Steven Jackson, bring in Todd Gurley.
Yeah,
the rotation of quarterbacks with world beaters like
what's his name?
There's so many what's his names. What's the name of the kid that got drafted by the Jaguars? He was there. Not Matt Castle, but the other one, Case Keenum. Ryan Fitzpatrick. What's the Jaguars kid? You know what I'm talking about. Number 5.
Blake Bortles.
He was there.
Blake Bortles.
I got let me get a little Blake.
Sugar.
Blake Bortles. How are you?
Look, you can't have it both ways, Zay. You can't say we need to go back to the way it was 2 years ago when we're in 12-5 and the number 1 seed. We had the best offense in all the NFL. Because 2 years ago, when they had the best offense in all of the NFL, who was their offensive coordinator?
Brian Schottenheimer.
Say his name.
Well, he didn't call plays,
but he coordinated it.
I guess so. His whole thing, he's telling Jerry. I guess he's making it adamant that next year he needs to be calling plays, whether that be Dallas or somewhere else. But he wants to be calling plays. When Mike McCarthy was there, McCarthy was calling the plays.
I think this is I don't think Brian Schottenheimer is going to be the next coach. And I'm going to tell you why. This is just a reverse Rooney Rule interview here, because now that we have a new president, you got to interview white people first. Yeah.
All right, just looking up something here. So Kellen Moore, no. Want to make sure so Kellen Moore, no.
Leslie, no, as far as
I think Zay has been pretty adamant, pretty open about he's narrowed his search down to either Deion Sanders or Bill Belichick.
Oh, so those are the only. Okay, so Leslie.
At this point, throw Robert Saleh in there.
Well, hold on. He got to know. Leslie Frazier got to know.
Well, haven't got an official no yet.
Deion Sanders got a no.
Not an official no. I'm still thinking about
Bill
it.
Belichick didn't even take the call.
He's got better things to do.
So that's an odd way of putting it.
I mean, did he?
Yeah.
Did he take
Places
a
were
call?
told no, and that he didn't. Well, first off, to assume Jerry reached out to anybody like Bill Belichick is giving him a lot of credit. So I highly doubt that he even reached out. He didn't reach out to Aaron Glenn. He didn't reach out
Aaron
to Ben
Glenn,
Johnson.
no.
Yeah, he's out. Aaron Glenn is officially
Yeah,
out.
he's going to
of the
go.
Cowboys
Yeah,
coaching
better
search.
than the Cowboys is
Yeah.
the Jets, is what he said.
Yeah, it's a better landing spot for sure.
Ben Johnson, no.
He's out.
He's all right. So not him. Just all right, well, we're getting down to some options that we're going down to.
Yeah.
Ryan Schottenheimer.
So if like you have an interview and they don't like hire you on the spot, they like tell you no. Is that how?
This should
I know you guys could help me out the interview world. 'Cause I don't know.
the interview should be for a offensive coordinator position raise to be Deion Sanders offensive coordinator. That's what the conversation should have been.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any Dion news since like
Well, there's none.
the first
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. No, they just that 24 hours passed.
We're keeping it close to the vest. You know what I mean?
I'm going to Google something.
Don't want any leaks popping out.
All right, Deion
I hope so.
Sanders.
You know, that'd be nice.
So as long as Deion Sanders has the best offensive coordinator, the best defensive coordinator, and the best players, I think he's set up for success.
So
Only in that situation.
give him Brian
Yeah.
Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer and then
Schottenheimer.
I don't know, Curly Lambeau as defensive coordinator.
Was
That's-
did the dad win any Super Bowls?
Yeah.
Has his family won any Super Bowls as a coach?
I mean, sure, right?
I don't think so. I
That's not
guess
good.
Seattle 2018. They didn't win from 2018 to 2021.
All right, so it looks here that Deion Sanders said today on Colin Cowherd, which I wasn't listening to, but I'm just giving you a report, that he's going from 6 million to 10 million with the Buffaloes every season. So he got a little pay raise there. So
That's nice.
Yeah, that's a nice thing.
That's nice.
That's also breaking news to me.
Yeah. just giving you this whole deal here. He also tweeted about the Lord being a shepherd or something, but I've recently put in an ad blocker where I can't see tweets, or I put in a
Have we taken down
Chrome extension.
Talk ABQ on X? Have we officially done that yet?
No.
Okay.
We could. I don't know the login anymore.
Yeah.
If you're a hacker,
Yeah.
will you go take down Talk ABQ's X page?
You forgot the password?
Yeah, of course I forgot the password.
Okay.
Um,
I've never been on it. I hate it. It's a toxic dump.
Here we go. Speaking of Fox Sports, Colin Cowherd, Klatt revealed that Sanders and the university are in active negotiations to extend Prime's contract, which runs through 2027, pays him nearly $6 million. That's a few million below the country's richest coaches in the SEC or Big Ten conference. Nothing is finalized. You could leave the contract as, or however they're going to go into an extension. I know Colorado is going to come up significantly. So there you go.
Ended up exactly 25th in the country. That's good work. That's
Good work if you can rank it.
That's good work, man.
Sorry about the sneeze there. It's
okay.
windy out. It's windy out. Okay. Well, this is a tough one for like you have to quit being a fan, right? Like if you're the Dallas Cowboys, like you have a chance here to do a thing to win, but instead you're going to do something else.
But I mean, multiple decades of ineptitude,
Oh,
and you're
all
still
right.
a fan. I
Make-
mean,
make a
this
good
isn't
point.
going to
This is
sway
not
you.
gonna do
It's
it.
not going to sway you.
Yeah. Unless, now hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is as bad. This is as bad. If and when this happens, and they hire Brian Schottenheimer as offensive coordinator,
Running Schottenheimer.
yes, or as the head coach, I mean, they're interviewing the guy twice, and he's been there for 4 years. I don't understand.
Oh, they
what-
don't want to pay relocation. Okay.
I don't understand what a second interview. I guess it's continuation of the
Well,
first one. The first one was
No,
4 hours.
second is for the contract negotiation. The first one, he's the fit. The second one is the numbers.
Yeah, that's traditionally, but this is Jerry Jones we're talking about, so that's not the case. So they had
so they
first
did numbers first, and they were like, "Deal. Now, can you coach?"
Well, that would make more sense than the first one. But what it is they had the first interview, and then this one's a continuation. But the issue here is that this would be the worst coach hiring since the Lakers chose Mike D'Antoni over Phil Jackson. And I can't think of anything that'd be worse, more disappointing. You add in the context. This is that bad. This is that bad for them to pick this coach after getting rid of their last one. It is 100% the Lakers hiring Mike D'Antoni after they interviewed Phil Jackson. And Phil Jackson said, yes, I'll come back and coach Kobe again. And they said, okay, cool. And they woke up the next morning and hired Mike D'Antoni and completely stiff-armed Phil Jackson.
Well, I think there's way more involved
like
in that one specific
Well,
situation.
He wanted in the contract that he didn't have to travel to all the games because he was older and wasn't wanting to travel. And the Lakers, and who cares? You know,
his girlfriend is who cares.
Yeah, I think it was conflict of interest with his girlfriend, the owner of the team. Yeah,
that's not why he didn't get the job.
I mean, for a Dallas Cowboys team that, you know, does really well in the regular season, and obviously, as you know, Zay, from, you know, your whole life, choke in the playoffs, that's really smart to hire a coach who comes from a rich family tradition of doing really well in the regular season and choking in the playoffs. So more of the same.
That's
Congratulations.
We're at the Horn YMCA today. We got a special guest after the break. Van, who's joining us?
Oh, the new position, director of the Horn YMCA, our new friend Robert Wiggins.
Let's go. Whenever we get back from the break, we continue from the Y. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
An accident, call the traffic tracker hotline at 7.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. Joining us on the program is new friend of the show and friend of the YMCA, Fellowship Director. I assume that's a job title. Robert Wiggins. Robert, welcome.
Yeah.
All right, we don't have your volume up, but Van's going to do it right now. We'll do it one more time. Robert, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We're excited to have you. This is going to be a lot of fun today for us to talk to you. You were brand new to town. Welcome.
Brand new to town, Sunday.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Yeah.
How's the elevation?
That's fine. The longest place I ever lived in my life was Denver, Colorado.
Right.
So I lived there for 10 years and then 5 years in the Springs before that. So I'm used to elevation. It doesn't bother me at all.
So no big deal making your way down here to the land of enchantment. Excited to be part of the YMCA. Obviously, the YMCA has been a partners of ours for, oh my gosh, dude, 5 years?
Yeah.
Something crazy
OG.
like that. Long time.
OG.
Yeah, and if it's not community gardens, if it's not Top Golf events, if it's not early mornings, it is our home away from home, and that is for certain. And then you are now in our home.
I love it.
So welcome, and please take great care of it because we love it more than anything. Help us excite some people about coming out, Robert. Help us excite some people about $0 down and $29 a month.
Well, it's a great place to be first. And, you want to be a part of a community. It's always better to be with other people.
Yeah.
Sure.
And, the whole reason why I do this, and I've been doing it for 30 plus years, is the people. And, you get to walk around, you get to meet a lot of different people, and everybody's the same in sweatshirts and shorts, So everybody gets the chance to meet new folks and to live a healthy life. And we are doing a $0 join fee for the month of January to get most folks in. And we just want people to have a chance to be a part of it.
There we go.
Yeah. So it's a good place. And the Y is a great organization. And it really, truly screams community. And we want people to be part of that community. So.
And you said 30 years, and you don't mean 30 years in a gym. You don't mean 30 years doing childcare. You don't mean 30 years doing community service. Literally 30 years working with the YMCA.
Yep.
What is it about the YMCA that keeps you working here, keeps you helping the community here?
When I first started in the Y, I didn't know anything about the Y.
No.
My dad was a military guy. We moved all over the place. I needed a summer job.
Yeah. And you like the song.
And yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Us and the Navy people hate the village people. But I walked into the Y and I got a job, and I didn't know that the Y scholarship kids, I didn't know that the Y let everybody have the same, whether they could afford it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell in love with these two kids in our summer program who they literally didn't have anything. The mom was paying in nickels and dimes. She was a waitress. She was literally paying in coins, and we got the opportunity to give them the summer of their lifetime.
Let's go.
And that changed me. I didn't know what I had growing up. It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
And the older brother, Clementis, he told me a story one time that they had never been off of their street. Their grandma had always watched them during the summers. That was their daycare. They were allowed to go to one end of the street to the other end of the street. And then they got to come to camp. Unfortunately, grandma died. And we're taking them to the mountains. We're taking them to creeks.
Yeah.
And these kids are like, this is amazing. And he was a 12-year-old boy who had never been to the mountains.
This is the summer in 95.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And so Van and I are like the same age at that time, right? Like I remember this is right before readily available at your fingertips, at home TV entertainment.
Sure.
This is when your Christmas and Easter gifts are outside toys still.
Right.
Like this is that day and age.
Yeah. Yeah. So I fell in love with it, and then my journey just continued from there, and you grow and do different positions. The neat thing is nothing's the same. Every Y takes the form of its community.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited to learn about Albuquerque, not just through the Y's eyes, but through mine too. And it's just exciting. I'm ready to go.
We got a lot of insight for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So Van, I, and Isaiah and you are all transplants.
Okay.
Get used to it. Half of everyone you meet is not from Albuquerque.
All right.
And it is incredible to us how inviting and warm and inclusive this community is to people who come to it and fall in love with it.
Yeah. Well, that's the plan.
The Y is also different because of so many of the transplants here. Where I grew up, my YMCA is not this YMCA. My YMCA was inner city. My YMCA was an escape from violence and distractions. And here it's Van runs the community garden. You know, it is very much a different energy
Yeah.
at the Albuquerque and obviously the Horn YMCA and the McLeod YMCA, but it is very much a different fellowship, including all of them. We'll go through it at length, but all of the offsite childcare and the summer programs and Camp Shaver. And we talk about these things a million times over and how fortunate this community is to be so well served by the YMCA.
Yeah. I've always felt fortunate to work for the Y.
Yeah.
And, you know, every day's different, but you get the chance every day to make a difference in someone's life. And that motivates me. And
So in our interview, like I was talking up YMCA a little bit, and especially, you know, the city of Albuquerque, how special and unique and different it is, and if you're ready to like handle this like quirky uniqueness of Albuquerque,
I like
have
that.
you done like any research on the city of Albuquerque, the culture, or do you like just show up blind, like try to experience it on the fly?
Well, when I was growing up, we lived in Clovis for almost 4 years.
Okay.
Dirty Curry. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So we would either come to Albuquerque or Lubbock, and we came to Albuquerque more. And my mom loves hot air balloons,
Okay.
so
Same.
we had to do that when I was a kid. And when my dad retired in Colorado Springs, I think they're like the second or third biggest balloon festivals.
Okay.
So, you know, that's always a piece of it. But I've been here as a young adult. I had a friend that played baseball, and they played against the Dukes. We came and watched him. So that was the Dukes. Dating myself, obviously.
Sure. Yeah.
Proud sponsor of the program,
Proud
Albuquerque
sponsor.
Dukes.
Yeah.
So, you know, I knew what Albuquerque was about. And my son lives in Texas, and my daughter is going to Midwestern School of Medicine. There's their
Little
doctor.
humble brag. Just heard a little humble brag right there from Robert. Let's go.
It just means I'm going to be right in between the two of them.
Nice.
So it's a geographic move as well. But I knew a lot about Albuquerque already, and I'm enjoying it already. Even my 4 days in. So I'm ready to learn more.
If there are individuals in this community that are excited about introducing to you new programs, new idea, new community engagement, new outreach, what is the best avenue for they to reach out to you here at the Horn?
Anybody can come, just walk in the door and turn right.
Yeah.
My door is always open. I love talking to community members. I know we can't do everything, but I still like meeting new people and learning new things, and want to see where the Y can fit in that puzzle.
Love everything about it.
Yes, sir.
Final words, Robert, before we cut you loose?
Hey, come and see us. It's a great place, and like I said, it's community. It screams community. You'll see every part of Albuquerque at the Y, and we want everybody. So we're very welcoming to all.
Robert Wiggins, he's the new director of the Horn YMCA. You can come see him basically the intersection of San Mateo and Indian School. He has 2 dogs, man.
Stoked to meet him.
Yeah.
I said, tell us a little something about yourself. He said, I can throw 80 and I got 2 dogs.
That's about it. Sadly, that's it.
How are you at Pop Culture Jeopardy? This is my new obsession.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Pop culture Jeopardy. I'm a country guy, so I listen to mostly country, and pop culture, just not me.
I feel like country is now pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Country and baseball. There's some country and baseball categories.
Yeah.
Maybe both of them combined. Who knows?
I could do sports categories.
The answer's
for
Tug
sure.
McGraw.
It's always Tug. It's always Tug. I'm fairly good at sports trivia, but culture overall, I'm about as boring as it gets, man.
In your opinion, big sports guy, obviously Texas connections. The sole reason Deion Sanders doesn't want to coach the Cowboys is
Because he wants to stay at Colorado.
yeah, that's
Buffaloes.
good. Yeah.
Man, come on now. I told you 10 years in Denver. I want him to stay there. I want when I was in college,
Yeah.
the Buffaloes were national champions.
Cordell Stewart.
Yeah, man.
Let's go. 91.
Yeah.
90, 91.
Rashad Salam.
Yeah.
All those guys. My roommate, my freshman year, his best friend was Greg Beekert, a linebacker for Colorado.
Go Fish.
Yeah. He played for the Raiders for, 10, 15 years. He'd come sit down. He'd have his little Orange Bowl ring.
It wasn't little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, tap, tap. You know, it's like, oh, you're a big dude.
Yeah, I think I've talked to you, Van, about this off the air. In my early 20s, I was traveling the country, like discovering myself, this, that, the other thing. I spent some time in Boulder, and it was the first place I learned that yoga pants exist.
Ooh.
Like, I had not seen them around the country.
Okay.
So in my mind, Boulder is the yoga pants capital of the world.
All right.
So I get it.
What year was this?
This would have been like 2005, 2000-ish, 2004-ish.
Oh, really?
It was before like the societal acceptance of yoga pants everywhere.
Yeah,
And it wouldn't like it seems to me like probably
07 maybe.
Colorado,
Oh,
maybe Colorado and Oregon, Colorado and Washington probably does the most yoga per capita.
It might have been 07 now that I'm doing the math in my head. But anyways, I had not seen them to the degree that they existed there.
Right.
And I said, Boulder could be for me.
Yes.
from the pink place. That's where that was. At least those were. If in high school or middle school, if the girls had the ones from Pink, you were like in the cool.
It's Victoria's Secret.
It's Victoria's
Yeah,
Secret.
Victoria's Secret.
Well, there's also a place called Pink. I know because of this. 100%.
Go ahead.
Pink
Pink
yeah.
is Victoria.
Go ahead and Google
Go
that.
ahead and look that one up.
Yeah. We wouldn't lie to you, brother.
He's like, no, I think it was Claire's.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
you
there's a
get,
place
you get
called
up,
Pink.
you get, yep.
Yeah, again.
It's not Victoria's Secret.
Oh man, this is gonna here. Lee, stay on air while you look this one up.
Okay.
This is a
Yeah, run with us.
this is
here.
a hard stance one.
Yeah. You're drawing a line in the sand that's about to get hit by a tidal wave.
Man, I didn't realize you guys talked about such important things.
Well, we got
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
for sure.
we're on the pulse of hey, as far as Bombshell goes, I've been knowing for a lot of years. Like I'm up to speed. Isaiah, welcome back.
Thank you. I didn't go anywhere.
And
The computer's like going slow. I don't know.
oh,
Is it
okay.
now? Is
I know what
it?
happened.
Okay.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Isaiah, cut the music.
God, I wish somebody would have told me when I was younger. All bodies aren't the same. Photoshop bitty bitty models on magazine
This is what I think
covers.
is. They've been
Told
throwing
me
this their
I
face.
was overweight. I stopped eating. What a bummer. Can't have carbs in a hot girl summer. If I could go back and tell myself when I was younger, I'd say, I am Victoria's Secret. And girl, you wouldn't believe.
Victoria's Secret is that it was pink. That was Victoria's Secret the whole time. Welcome back to the show. I didn't know who Jax was. I couldn't have told you who sung that song.
The character from Mortal Kombat.
Me trying to look up the Victoria's Secret song in my Spotify has ruined my algorithm for years to come.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
Well, what I was gonna say is I was correct. Like, Pink is not Victoria's Secret. She debuted in 2000. She's got 8 studio albums. She's got one greatest hit.
I see what you're doing.
Like,
I love this.
Razor Glass. What About Us? Who knew?
Yeah,
Like,
good try.
I don't know where the Victoria's Secret, like, I don't know where that came from. I knew I was right.
Cut this bit off because it's at or
That's,
near the best one you've ever done.
For sure.
So-
Let's lean into it. I love it.
I tried to see if she wore some yoga pants ever, and they weren't even Victoria's Secret. They were Nautica.
Oh God, that is so funny. Oh. As far as Pink goes, Peter Sellers, I guess that's number one. Pink Panther.
Ah, the Panther. Yeah, it took me a second for that one. Good job. Yeah,
Pink Starburst is by far first.
That's a good one.
It's not a bad answer.
Yep,
I think Steve Martin played Pink Panther in a reboot,
he did.
but it's
Yeah, he
not
did.
the Peter Sellers one.
No, Peter Sellers nailed it. He's the goat
He's the GOAT.
for sure. Yep.
Yeah. And then outside of that, we get into like weird radio.
Yeah, we keep talking about Pink, we're gonna get ourselves in trouble here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Martin was cool, but his movies, I can never really get a good pop out of his movies.
You ever see
have you done The Jerk?
The Jerk is it.
The Jerk is legendary.
The Jerk is a lot of the style. I don't know what verbiage we borrow a lot from The Jerk on this. You'll watch it and you'll go, oh, I've heard this before. Van and Fred.
Yeah, it's peak Carl Reiner. It's every good comedy from the 80s. Flip a coin. It's Carl Reiner.
Yeah, a strong possibility. Like Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis, he crushed it too.
Yeah. Carl
Yeah.
Reiner. And then like I really struggle to separate like the art from the artist. Guys like Harold Ramis could make Chevy Chase work.
Sure.
National
Yeah.
Lampoon is fire. Ghostbusters is fire. I believe he directed Stripes. It's fire. Did he direct Caddyshack?
That was Harold Ramis also. Yeah.
Yeah, he's excellent.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, world of sports. I'm not mad at Major League Baseball.
Okay.
I'm not mad at the Baseball Writers Association of America.
Okay.
I'm not mad at idiots who something sanctity of the something
Okay.
Mickey Mantle didn't get 100 something
Yeah.
losers. I'm not mad at them.
Literally, it's only the first class of Hall of Famers and Mariano Rivera. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Which is weird to say.
But the entire damn league could retire 51
Should. Why not?
of that level, of that nationality, impact around the world of the game. You and I every year have this talk about the Hall of Famous.
Mhm.
Every single year.
Right.
Isn't it? Billy Wagner is not famous.
No. No,
Bill-
he's just the second greatest relief pitcher in the history of baseball.
And no one, and keep in mind, real number 80%. No one knows 80% of Hall of Famers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would love to have a contest where we start naming off Hall of Famers and see who fails first.
And Isaiah just checks them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to keep up.
No, you're not in on this one. This is
Yeah.
yeah. If we were doing the Hall of Fame of TRL songs, you would be in.
Yeah. Once we get down to Four Fingers McGinty, I'm done. I don't got anybody before old Quattro.
There are a handful of athletes in the history of the game as famous as Ichiro. A handful.
Yeah, the first and only Japanese-born Hall of Famer. Easily the greatest or second greatest. I mean, Shohei Ohtani's got a few more years of being alive, and then he'll be considered the greatest, but the greatest or second greatest from your country.
There's not a path for Shohei Ohtani to run down if Ichiro Suzuki did not walk down it first.
Yeah, I mean, there were some people before Ichiro, but he was the first
Hideo.
one that showed like just absolute greatness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's those three. It's Hideo
Nomo and Matsui.
I'll buy some Matsui points.
And then like 20 relief pitchers that I would not be able to name.
And
So Taguchi.
thank you for putting some respect on my man's name.
So Taguchi.
99 in the outfield, number one in your heart.
Uh-huh.
Could play.
Could go. He could go.
But then there's a million Fukakamis. There's a million.
There is a period of like the late 90s, early 2000s where every single baseball team had a Japanese or Korean relief pitcher.
Yeah.
Everybody had one.
What was that cat's name for the Cubs? Did I get it right? Fukami? Number one? Patrol the outfield?
I got to get this one right because it gets real slippery.
See, that's why I was close.
Kosuke Fukudome.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And I can't say it.
He was booty.
Yeah.
And he is a legend.
Sure.
In 2 leagues, 2 continents.
Mm-hmm.
Ichiro is a surefire 500 out of 500 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
100 percentile. Understand the impact of the game, what the word famous means.
If he played his whole career in one of the 2 leagues, he would be the hit leader. He has more hits than Pete Rose. It just so happened. It just so happened to happen in a different league to start his career.
Give me Koji Uehara
To do what?
It's a good one.
over these guys.
Yeah.
These guys.
Mean splitter.
He took 51, Isaiah, because Randy Johnson wore 51. And when Seattle signed him, and by the way, international pool money, all that stuff that exists now, not the game it was then.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to show some respect. Give me 51. The greatest Mariner you've ever had, probably Ken Griffey Jr., but I understand what he was doing here. They weren't going to give him 24.
No, impossible.
Impossible.
Yeah.
51. You know what I'd like to do on day one? Put all the pressure humanly possible on myself.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm going to do all right.
Unrealistic expectations. Let me be the greatest person in this team's history.
I want to make sure I got this here.
Go ahead.
Make sure I got this here.
Do it then.
2001, 157 games, okay? His rookie year, he batted 350.
Yeah.
321, 312, 372, 303, 322, 351, 310, 352, 315. Oh, down year in 2011, y'all, 272. 261 in 2012. They figured him out. Psych. Welcome back. 322.
Yeah, he had, a stretch of 12 years? 10 at least, right? Where all-star MVP votes and a gold glove every single year.
Just wild, dude.
Came into the league, rookie of the year and MVP his first year. It was like, look who's here. All-time single season hits leader. No one has more hits in a single season.
Combined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? 04? 262 and 04? No one's ever done that.
262 and 04 is correct. 262 hits. Are you kidding me? And he was like a line drive guy who could hit it over the fence.
He could poke him when he wanted to.
Just nuts.
Didn't strike out. Stole bases. Always took the extra base. Like always did the little things that make your team better.
Brought a cannon to every game.
Yes.
Like not just a cannon that you could aim at a thing and hope it hit. He brought a surgical one.
Correct.
He could go from a foot.
He was like, what, 150 pounds?
That's generous.
I would say he's like 160 pounds. I would say he's 160 pounds, soaking wet. And had the strongest arm in all of baseball.
He could be arm's length from the warning track and put a strike down at third base.
He was pitching
Right field.
just like months ago. He was pitching batting practice to high school kids and still throwing in the 90s. He has a full head of gray hair.
Seattle retired his number today. There's a press conference. And it's the coolest thing. It's just him fighting tears. Do you remember at the end when he went back with the Mariners and played like 2 weeks?
Yeah, so sweet.
So on August 9th, it'll go up in the Raptors forever next to Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar Martinez and Jackie Martinez and, Jackie Robinson's up there. Like all those guys. Just super sweet, dude.
I got to see him a few times in his career.
Yeah.
One time I saw him at home at Safeco, and we were sitting right behind him. Like, if it was Friday, Saturday night, the place is sold out. But it was a weeknight, and just his section was sold out. And then everyone else was sprinkled around the stadium. So everyone wanted to be like right next to him, right? And, he got a gold glove every year, his first 10 years of his career, right? I think it was the second or third year, so it would have been 02, 03. Like he made 2 errors all year, and I got to see one of them. I was so wild. The crowd was just immediately gasped that Ichiro made an error because he has, for an active outfielder, one of the highest fielding percentages of all time. Like he's that good at everything.
When we get back from the break, I'm not done just fawning over Ichiro yet.
I could do some more.
It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. Today's modern baseball glove, Isaiah, exists because of Ichiro Suzuki. The outfielder glove that you know today exists because of Ichiro Suzuki.
Well, she was left-handed. That's why I never got into baseball.
Well, he was not left-handed. I mean,
You know, it's too hard for me to find a left-handed
Bat
glove.
left.
Nice.
so he had custom gloves made his entire career by, like, I think the guy's name is like Godzilla. Like, I'm not joking.
He was a Mizuno guy, right?
He was.
But he had one of their guys do it
Correct.
himself.
And now there's a Mizuno knockoff, whatever. But he had a specific dude, and I believe he had 2 gloves a season, one pre-All-Star game, one post-All-Star game. This might not be exactly accurate, but I'm giving it to you as I recall. His name was Nobuishi Tsubota. That's close, but not close enough.
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
And you can call him a craftsman because he built things, but you need to call him an artist. Because Mizuno was not the brand in baseball that it is today.
Yeah.
And it would not have got there. Women's softball as well, but that's a different thing. Without Ichiro and his Godzilla
Right.
back in Japan making them custom gloves.
And I still think it is, but the A2000 was the gold standard in baseball until Ichiro popularized the, what is it? The 2822 or something like that.
The Mizuno one?
Sounds right.
I want to
Don't.
say you're correct, but I don't know that to be correct.
Also,
A51. It was the A51
51.
because
Okay,
of
thank you.
Ichiro. I do remember that.
It was the A22 before that, and they made the A51
Yeah.
for him. Yeah. And it was, Ichiro's glove was like infielder size, because usually outfielders have a 12 or 13 inch
Yeah.
glove, like for those, snow cone over the wall catches. But his glove was the size of of an infielder's glove.
The A2000 is the one that Wilson puts on the Golden Glove statue,
Correct.
unless
That's Ken Griffey Jr.'s glove.
that's Ken Griffey Jr.'s
That's
glove with the big 4 holes like in the pocket.
the mitt net.
Yeah.
For sure.
And whenever Wilson will give out their Golden Gloves, that's the standard one. Now, if you're a Wilson athlete and you have a Wilson glove, they will put that glove on there if you, for any reason, use a different glove. But that's a styled glove as well. God, Seattle changed the game glove-wise.
Yeah. First Ken Griffey Jr. with his A2000, and then Ichiro with his A51. Pretty impressive.
2 different companies.
Correct.
When you're changing the equipment, Barry Bonds did that too with elbow guards.
Mhm.
Those didn't exist in baseball to that degree. What it used to be, Isaiah, this is going to sound so stupid. Guys would wear long sleeve or 3/4 sleeve, and they would put a sock in there. They would like roll up a sock and put it over their elbow. And they're like, that's good. Like, what?
Is that where the term "put his sock in it" came from?
Okay.
No, I'm guessing not.
God, you're dialed in today, dude. I'm liking this.
Just curious.
Put a sock in it. Brought to you by Pink.
Yeah.
Victoria's Secret.
Okay. The more you know, though. The more you know.
You know what else he did? I don't know if this is going to translate well to radio. When he showed up in 01, he wore the uniform the way that it's worn today. If you remember to the early 2000s, the baggy, the collect dirt when you slide,
Yeah.
the
Sounds like early
pants,
2000s.
yeah, the
High.
pants over the heel of your shoe,
No, thank you.
all that crap.
Broke my heart when Jeff Bagwell went to those baggy pants. Yeah, the the high socks, the tight stirrups, the short sliders, 3/4 shirt underneath, flip glasses, eye black. Like, he brought it back single-handedly.
And that jersey was so good because the Mariners jersey is the West Coast Yankees jersey. Like the Giants might argue with me. But he would wear black underneath of it. Oh my God. Just made the turtleneck with the Major League it said Seattle on it. Or if they're at home, it said Mariners. If they're on the road, it said Seattle. Oh, so cool, dude.
So when you guys were younger, did you ever, like, when you had the pants that were so long, you'd like tuck the pants under the back of your heel and like treat you like you had heelys on?
Oh, I was high sock forever.
I'm very tall. This never happened to me.
I never went baggy pants ever.
I used to have the pants tucked under the shoe and slide around like I had heelys because I could never get a pair of heelys because my feet were too big.
I went to get lined up today. I go to sit in my barber's chair. He walks up with some like MC Hammer style parachute pants.
Okay.
I got up and left.
Okay, good.
I said, not today, Satan.
Nope. Not
You're
today.
locked in. You're not locked in.
No. I said, when you become an adult,
Sure.
that's when I'll come back.
It's a good moment. Good time.
Two men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Also, that's a real story. The sports animal. The New Jersey Jets are hiring Aaron Glenn. He is or was the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. He was a first-round draft pick of the Jets in 1994,
Yeah.
Van.
He could go. He was a dude. He was an absolute dude on the field.
Yeah, he could play.
Yeah.
He could play. He, I believe, was the hottest coaching candidate out there. Good on the Jets for going to get he. And I'm excited to see Rex Ryan's reaction.
That's a great point.
No one took him seriously except for himself.
Yeah.
You can't. It's like, what is that? The scene from The Office where Michael Scott declares bankruptcy?
Yes.
And he just yells it out loud. It's like, no, you can't just declare bankruptcy. Rex Ryan, you can't just say you want to be the coach. You have to be invited. You have to get an interview. You have to submit your application. No one asked you whatsoever.
Rex Ryan, he won the interview process by a lot. Mike Pence, do the right thing.
Do the right thing here, Pence.
Cooked. Aaron Glenn is about to make the New Jersey Jets a contender, but with what quarterback?
All signs are pointing to Aaron Rodgers retiring.
He has to retire.
Doesn't have to. He didn't play as awful as the media portrayed.
Good
last
point.
year. He wasn't that bad.
You are aware, New Jersey Jets, that you're currently rebuilding. Now would be the time to make a move at that position. If that team is fortunate enough to sneak into the playoffs, he is no longer a guy you can trust to win a big game.
Agree. Yeah, you have to have a superior team around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So you move on.
Correct. I agree. Yeah, let him be someone else's problem. Also, this is the same Aaron Glenn, and I'm an Aaron Glenn truther. I'm an Aaron Glenn believer.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the same Aaron Glenn who just let a rookie run 45 points up on him to get into the NFC Championship game. Like, a little recency bias goes a long way here. Like, the most important game in your entire life, and you let a rookie put up 45 points on you.
Well, he didn't get ready. He was busy interviewing with the New Jersey Jets.
Sure. Yeah.
What's about to happen because what's old boy's name, the offensive coordinator? It's on the tip of my tongue for the Lions.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Who walked into the Bears organization like he was a new GM. I'm like, what? Since when did
Should be.
He walked in there, and I'm sure, I don't know if you guys seen the video of the Bears welcoming him in. I mean, he walks in, and they're all lined up upstairs. They're all lined up downstairs. It's like a Wolf of Wall Street scene.
I'm into this.
He says he's not leaving anywhere. And he cracks a joke. He's like, everybody get back to work. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, okay, all jokes aside, I didn't know a head coach. I didn't know a head coach had that type of power. It's like a college there.
Hey, I'll tell you what works about that is everyone being in on it. When you see losers like Stephen A. Smith shoot walk-in videos and there's no one could give less of a stuff.
Yeah.
That's not this. This is, we're here. Please don't fire us.
He's been, speaking of Ben Johnson, not Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
He's been like the most wanted head coaching candidate the past 3 hiring seasons. Like, why now? Is he that sold on Caleb Williams?
Yeah, and he's in the division. Okay, so he's in the division, and I don't know if you saw what he said.
Oh, I could see the writing on the wall for Detroit.
Yeah, well, he says, the division's obviously really tough, and he goes down. He says, I got a lot of respect for Dan Campbell and Dan Quinn. Dan Campbell, and then who's the other? Kevin O'Connell for the Vikings. He's, I got respect for him. And then he says, and I really, really enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur 2 times a year. So he's just like full on shoots the first rocket over there near Green Bay, and he's starting that power up. Green Bay always just kind of looks at Chicago like a little brother. The little brother that just claims he's getting in the gym. And now he can come beat you up because he's been lifting, and then the matchup finally happens and Green Bay wins.
The Bears beat the Packers in the last week of the regular season without Jordan Love, and they treated it like their Super Bowl. Like the whole city. Like they had to grease the poles downtown
Yeah.
just because they beat the Packers.
Well, without Aaron Rodgers. Like, because when he was there, he owned them.
Literally.
Correct.
Yeah.
Jordan
Yeah.
Love.
It's
Jordan
different
Love
now.
on pretty smooth.
Yeah, but Jordan Love's going to own them continuously. He just has to be in the game. He wasn't in the game.
I'm going to name some things. It's going to sound like they're in alphabetical order because I'm looking at a list, okay?
Okay.
Phoenix, Atlanta. Where's Carolina play? Raleigh? Denver. I'm almost there. Houston's not bad, actually. This might mess up my point. Indianapolis. Los Angeles.
Baltimore, Chicago.
No, hold on.
Trying to figure out the
I'm going to
contract.
get the last one. I'm going to get there's got to be one more that I'm not seeing. In Tennessee, so that's Nashville. In Washington, so that's like Virginia or wherever they're at. Okay. None of those cities are better to live in than Chicago. Maybe Houston. Houston would be the one. That's why he doesn't.
Nashville's tempting.
It's not Chicago.
So I get the appeal of Chicago. I mean, it's the sister city.
All those
It's
teams,
the third city, whatever you want to call it.
all those teams
But
the
it's
last 2
also-
years.
Brutally cold and gross. Miss me with that.
No, it is not. It's brutally cold and gross when you're inside.
What?
He's living right there off Michigan across from Lincoln Park, doing that whole thing in the warmest, most comfortable environment all time. He's good. And during the summer,
Are you saying a selling point of living in Chicago is they have functioning heaters?
amenities, they got it
Okay.
all.
Okay. All right. Touche.
You got an airport, you can go
Yeah.
anywhere you want.
Your move, Raleigh.
Every concert, every event, the best sports culture of all these places we named, the best.
Yeah, they just need a winner.
You have a chance to become that dude
The next Ditka.
the next day.
He might as well go ahead and start a Stop the Violence chain as well while he's at it. Really be a hometown hero.
Look, I bet the next, and he should apply for this job or he should send a text or an email to Jerry Jones. But I think O'Connell is leaving Minnesota for the next NFL legacy position that opens.
I think he just got re-signed.
He did. That doesn't mean anything. History has shown that contracts and buyouts do not matter whatsoever. But the next like big, whatever the big NFL legacy kind of job, I bet O'Connell's out of Minnesota for that next gig.
All right, Ben Johnson just blue skied. I hate Juicy Smollett. So I mean, he's like in Chicago
He's
now.
really-
It's official
okay,
now.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like he's embracing the whole thing more so than you see most of their coaches.
I had an Italian beef for 3 straight meals.
Hey, I had to live in Detroit the
Yeah.
last several years. He's in a way better place. There are only a handful of cities in this country: Chicago, New York, Houston, parts of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Where you go, no matter what, jump.
Yeah.
Jump. Miami.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more of the Miami, LA vibe.
Yeah.
That would be more enticing to work and live. Like, cause I love the Southwest. I love Southwestern culture. I don't New England and the Midwest don't appeal to me. I don't want to be that cold. Like the 3 coldest days of the past decade in Albuquerque have been the last 3 days. And I hate every second of it. Like, I don't want to have like an actual winter on the East Coast or the Midwest.
It is colder today in Albuquerque than it is in Chicago.
Yeah, because it's the 3 coldest day of the past decade. It's 15.
Still, wow.
It's 15 degrees colder than it's supposed to be.
Tomorrow's pretty chilly though.
Also, it snowed in New Orleans. Like, it's a bad comparison. Weather fluctuates.
Now, Van, I'm
But
not.
yeah, I get what you're saying about like premier American cities. Like, it's got everything.
It's got it all.
It's got it all. It's got it all. Got a rich history, great food, great people, the most passionate fan base in all of sports. But I'm talking about like as a standard of living, which the weather factors in more for me than it does for most people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The coldest day in the history of Chicago, January 20th, 1985, with wind chill, negative 57 degrees.
Yeah, I
My
remember
point, I would die.
negative 55 happened when I was in JUCO there, and it was so bad. Cars weren't starting. Like, I went outside. You weren't supposed to go outside, but of course I was hard-headed. And I had a girlfriend at the time, and she needed her
All right,
car
humble
to be
brag.
started. It was in college. It's kind of a given. I went out to help her start her car, and by the time I got back inside, my fingers were actually in pain for about 4 to 5 hours. Like, the bones
Yes.
were in pain.
Yeah, because you
And I
touched
was
the
almost-
cold car key.
Yeah. It freezes your tendons.
Yeah, like
It
my
freezes
fingers
the
were in pain.
water inside of your body. You can
It was
die
really bad.
within minutes. Yeah.
Negative 55 isn't
So on
too
that day,
Yeah.
DoorDash.
But cool.
That was 40 years ago.
Something Soldier Field.
That's the worst part of the Bears.
The field?
the field.
Well, they're building a new one.
They get that up.
It'll be done in 2 years. Yeah.
Say hello to free agents.
It looks super nice.
Like, players hate going there. Actually hate going. Even fans don't like going there. I've heard the experience is not even that swell going to Soldier Field.
I've been one time.
Soldiers don't even go to Soldier Field. They hate it so much.
I've been one time. That was all I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
The
was
once.
not a.
You did it the once.
I mean, what am I going to go back for? What
That's
there is. Yeah. Also, I haven't seen what you're talking about, so I'm pulling up the little stadium deal right here. Oh, it's like it's at the same
field?
place.
Yeah, remember they were they're building that new one. But I think I can't remember if it's the current stadium or the new one that they're building. They got robbed. I think it's the current stadium.
Yeah, they left a gate
They
open.
left the gate open and they stole all their stuff.
So it's kind of a dome, but it's not.
Yeah, it's like a half dome. It's very weird. It's a cool concept. It's kind of like SoFi-ish.
It's kind of SoFi-ish.
Yeah.
Well, this little open part looking out over. All right, this is actually going to be super cool.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah.
You have to rip down the old one though,
Correct.
and that has to become a parking lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, because that was when they were first building it, that was a big topic. Like, where is this parking lot going to be? If you guys make this exactly how you want it, where is the parking lot going to be? Obviously the shuttles.
You park underneath the stadium. under stadium parking.
in Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, an Uber.
I've never seen,
You park on a pontoon boat.
including Super Bowls that we've been to, I've never seen a $200 parking space. They will exist there. I've never physically seen one. I've heard stories. I've seen $100 parking spaces. I've never physically seen a $200 one. They will be there.
Yeah, hard agree. But I think I'm smart enough to taxi or Uber to these places and then walk. I know that's not an option for all people.
You will not do that if it's negative 57 degrees.
I mean, you need the underground tunnels going from
Taking the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle approach.
correct. Yeah. From whatever the closest Italian beef, right to New Soldier Stadium underground.
Isaiah, what's
You're
your favorite
welcome,
Italian
Chicago.
beef spot?
Never was a big Italian beef guy. Like, I went to Portillo's, I'd always get the burger.
Dang.
I do mess with Italian beef, and I've kind of forgotten that it existed since I've been here.
Because it's usually always soggy, and
It's
I'm not
incredibly
big on
soggy.
I'm not big on the soggy sandwiches.
Tully's has one over here off San Mateo.
Allegedly, there's a good one at Tully's. I got a little eggplant parm from Tully's, free advertisement here.
Mm.
It was like 8 pounds. It was
Yeah.
significant.
It's a child.
Yeah, it was longer than a foot, and it was wider than a sandwich should be.
Hoagie or
and,
what?
And then just stuffed with breaded eggplant parm, delicious sauce. I couldn't eat it with my hands.
Would
So
you
shout out to Tully's.
Who
Knife and
else's
fork.
hands did
Knife
you
and,
use?
knife and fork. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
if you had special utensils to hold a Sammy while you ate it, like
Yeah.
like if you went
If
to
you could-
Dion's and just got like the salad tongs and then use those to hold the Sammy,
Correct.
I'm into that.
Well, you got one big sloppy egg parm sandwich, and then you wrap it with more egg parm to hold it together, keep it structural integrity. There you go. That's what you do.
And you can't eat it vertical because of leakage.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to, it has to stay completely
The
horizontal
whole time, for sure.
for absorption.
Mm-hmm. Exactly correct.
Italian beef, eggplant, parmesan.
Hybrid.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
your heart with a little time. Gonna be right beside you when you step into the sunlight.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On, where Ricky Anaya joins me and Van here at the YMCA, the Horn location, basically the intersection of San Mateo and Indian School. Come see Ricky, and he will keep you accountable. He's your accountable bro.
Noted. Absolutely. Thanks for having me, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
What's up? When we hooping?
Right back at you.
When are we hooping?
Actually, I'm glad we brought that up. So, anybody listening, Sundays at either
7 a.m.
No, that the gym it opens up at 1 o'clock on Sundays here,
8 a.m.
unless you got a connection.
Still the same answer.
Yes, open gym. Anybody wants to come, please. We're looking to build a community to play basketball. Yes, at the YMCA Horn. YMCA Horn.
I need to flex a little bit.
Sunday it's the C in YMCA.
Yeah,
is Christian, so we don't open on Sunday. So
1 o'clock
Sunday afternoon. It's 1 to 6, hooping it up all day.
Well, 1 to 6. This Sunday bad for most because they're going to watch the Washington Guardians.
Yeah, it is a bad weekend.
Going to be a tough one.
Not a lot else goes on besides football watching this coming Sunday.
The first, though,
we do have TVs
the
here.
Second, that's doable. Super doable. We're at the Super Bowl that day, so we're not available. The 9th is the Super Bowl, so we're not available.
You guys are going to the Super Bowl?
Every year.
We go work it every year.
All right, Sunday the 16th. It says nothing planned, tap to create. Here we go. Hoop. All right, I'm in.
All right, that gives me time. You got it.
Hoop at 1 p.m.
Okay, if it's depending on the weather, if it's nice enough to golf, I'm golfing on that day.
Okay.
And if it's not, I'll join you here.
So this is why you can't live in Chicago.
I don't want to live in Chicago.
Yeah,
it's not even an option at this point.
Actually, Ricky, I don't know if you heard this. Chicago doesn't want Van to live there. Like, he's trying to play it off like it's one-sided, but it's not.
The petition didn't have that many people sign it.
Is this a real thing?
No, it's
I mean,
not.
you guys have a long reach. That's why I was saying.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You guys do.
No.
Okay, good.
If I'm gonna be not allowed in a city, it's probably gonna be a small town in the South. Let's be honest.
Chicago said, do you know Isaiah Johnson? And you said yes. And they're like, no, we good.
Whoops.
Yeah, keep it out. Naperville at
The
best.
whole state of Illinois is too, actually.
There's no S. It's not
There is an S
Later.
on the end of the word. I can see it in my head right now.
It's incorrect. Ricky Anaya is with us. He is everything YMCA when it comes to the world of personal training.
Yes, sir.
Here at the YMCA, it's $0 sign up. It's $29 a month. And get that referral on the first ones. You get to come in and sit down with you and talk about your fitness goals and how to achieve them. Let's talk. There's an individual out there right now who's doing really well in their resolution, but they need that next step, right? They need to go one more effort. What's the best way to get started with that with you?
Well, if they're not already here, right?
Yeah.
Because we build a lot of rapport here, a lot of great other trainers here too as well. Either through this little broadcast or new social media like we've been having, or simply coming out and walking into the front door.
Sure.
I'm here every morning usually from 7 o'clock to about 11:30. Myself or Ashley, you're more than welcome to come in. Orientations are very brief. They're as long as you, listener, wants them to be.
Yeah, I like that.
They're very as thorough as you want them to be. So don't think it's this time consuming or how efficient is it going to be. Yeah.
You know, Fred said, like, right when you sat down, like, you can help keep people accountable, whether it's a personal trainer or a friend or a buddy or a coworker. Like, having somebody else that knows when you're supposed to show up, like that, a person is going to keep you accountable. So important for sustained success, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it kind of starts at maybe touching base with them every morning. A simple happy Friday, good morning. Small example. I'm very proud of this. I'm in recovery, right? So I have a group of guys, or 6 of us, 7 of us, that every morning someone has to reach out to the group and say, hi, how's everybody doing?
Love it.
So it automatically puts that message in the forefront of everybody in that group to be accountable. And if they are slacking, oh no, right? Brad, Ricky just text, I better reach out. So that's one way, an easy way without being face to face.
Van texts me every day. I hate it.
It's usually business, but sometimes I tell him he looks cute in those jeans.
I own 3 pairs of the exact same jeans because they fit well. Like,
that's the joke.
Levi's 512s. I'm not going to get away from them. They're the best. And he makes a lot of comments about them.
I have 5 pairs exactly the same. They're BYLT. I'm not promoted by them, but I'm there with you.
Free plug, baby.
If they fit, I buy multiple pairs. Absolutely. I'm there with you, Fred.
Let's see what that's in. What does BYLT stand for?
It's built. It's a great pants.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was like an LGBTQ thing. I was
They're welcome too. Yeah, that's it.
Not for the next 4 years. It's not.
beyond your limit training, man. Beyond your limit training.
Ooh, I like that.
So there you go.
Okay. The exercise jeans.
They're great pants. Like I'm wearing them right now.
Oh, sweet.
And I just trained somebody. I can wear them out. I mean, they're worth it.
Nice.
Absolutely.
So you know, you gotta look the part. You get that's the best part of coming to the Y. You get to put on a cool workout fit.
Yeah.
What's your workout fit, man?
Basketball shorts and a very breathable shirt that I could sweat a lot into.
I always work out in free t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like if you've given me a free t-shirt at some point in our career,
Right.
that is a workout shirt.
That's what I wear to do my chorin is free t-shirts from all of our adventures.
The number of free t-shirts in my closet is higher than what any human being should have.
What size do you wear?
Now, large, tall, what's up?
Okay. Noted.
Just got my BMI down or whatever. I'm not trying to flex or nothing.
I've been spoiled by like the modern exercise shirt, the moisture wicking, the breathable, like dries super fast. Like I can't go back. Cotton doesn't feel right when I'm sweating on it.
You know, Isaiah,
it's got to be a sweatshirt or a cutoff. You got to go all or nothing.
Okay.
With the cutoff, you're putting pressure in yourself, right, to get the pump going. So
Absolutely.
you don't lose middle in there.
Okay.
With the sweatshirt, you're playing that mental game with yourself. Like I can't even see what I'm doing, but I just know I'm putting in the work, right? So you're just forced to lock in. You don't look in the mirror because you can't see your muscles anyways. So you're there for work. But if you have a good workout, go ahead and pop the arms out at the end of your workout, just for the good old mental satisfaction.
you know,
That's where these clothing items all started.
No, he's right.
Decades ago.
Zay's absolutely right.
They're called sweat pants. You're supposed to sweat in your pants. Sweat suit. Like before the yoga pants revolution and the, Ricky's built pants revolution. Like people only wore sweatpants to exercise.
That's
because
true.
it made you sweat.
And the long basketball shorts.
Now, Isaiah is not allowed in a lot of gyms in town. I don't know if you guys know this. He refuses to wear a shirt.
As of Tuesday.
Yeah, as of Tuesday. Oh, God. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm not one of those shirtless gym guys. Plus, I eat too much. I'm never one of those. I'm not going to walk around shirtless. I'll walk around the cutoff one, though.
Yeah. Let them boys breathe.
Yeah, you need to see the belly.
Them puppers breathe.
How are you going to become a pro wrestler if you're afraid to take your shirt off in public?
Oh, afraid and choosing not to. Two different things.
Noted. Yeah.
You wanna airbrush your abs? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I might as well.
Get the
I might as well.
Get the Drake surgery. Make them bad boys pop.
The Rock got that.
The Rock got that too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stop it. No, he didn't.
Dog, we're gonna wear out your Google.
You think Fred's gonna say something false about The Rock?
Well, it's all pro wrestling, so potentially.
Yeah. Also, actually, a good point. Actually, he had a very good point there.
It was the reason he wore those stupid shirts that are awesome because he had got the
When?
Drake? Talking about Drake?
The Rock.
Oh.
Good question.
We're playing fast and loose this segment, baby.
Ricky and I is with us. He can help you get there naturally.
The Rock did not get BBL.
Ricky, with all the diet fads and all the exercise fads, like there's nothing like just classic eating clean, push-pull exercises, sweat a little.
Absolutely.
Like,
yes, sir.
That's kind of all you need, right?
Yes, the very basics. A lot of the old becomes the new again.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And if you really look at a lot of these fad diets, like the keto diet, what it was made for originally, epilepsy kids, right? If you really look at why these things were created, it kind of makes sense and how you can utilize them sparingly through your nutrition, right? So not staying on one for many years, like the keto or the carnivore, people on it for years. It may work for them, but I like to cycle through a lot of them.
Okay.
Because they each have their own benefits. Yeah.
I'm very close to that right now.
Yeah.
Well, question. What's nutrient dense to you then? Because I asked people this question and you'd be surprised what they think what nutrient dense food is. Like,
Well, so I'm vegan adjacent.
Okay.
I'm veggie.
Same.
So I do a lot of tofu, tempeh, TVP, like a lot of like the tofu and soy protein world.
Okay.
A lot of that in my diet, and then a lot of veggies, as little carbs as possible.
And that works for you.
Yeah.
You can tell by, yeah. How about you, Fred?
So I just don't eat carbs or sugar. Everything else is on the table.
Okay.
But like it's like if you are bread, you're not allowed.
Good.
Like if you are like sugar infused drinks, like you're not allowed. And then that's kind of the end of my worry. Like, but then you can get like hyper specific after that if you want.
Of course,
but
it's a big umbrella.
yeah. But no, I stay away from those two things. And then part of I'm down like almost 50 pounds or something, right?
Wow.
So part of that has been just smaller portions. So I cut back on portion size and then cut them carbs.
Okay. Do you weigh your food? Do you have a scale at home?
No,
Okay.
no.
You don't have to. I'm just asking.
No.
Okay.
Well, what I do have, and I don't know if everyone is so fortunate, is a fiance. So a lot of that is
I'm
outside
married.
my responsibility. Yeah, it's a very traditional approach at the Slow household, which I appreciate.
Are you a prep guy, or do you have
I
like your day to day?
I do. I do both.
Okay.
I do buy from certain companies that have food prep to promote, right?
Yeah.
And I do make my own food.
Nice.
It's a lot of energy. So I give a lot of kudos to people who've been doing it, who want to start. Great job. That's a lot of energy to create your own food all the time.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I usually do Sunday or Monday night.
And it's worth it.
I'll
Don't get me
meal
wrong.
prep for
It's
the week.
worth it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Financially and health wise, it's way better to meal prep.
Yes.
I cannot eat the same thing 5 days in a row. I'm not a puppy. Like I'm not interested in having one meal over and over again.
There's like 3 or 4, Fred. There's not. I'm going to be honest. There's like
okay.
1 or 2. There's like right now I'm on this protein waffle kick. I love waffles, so I'm one of those where I'll cycle through food for a couple months and I'll cycle through another 3 food groups. So yeah, so I don't. So it doesn't get boring like exercise, right? I got my basics. And I'm going to split them up over time.
Nice.
What did I eat today? Protein drink, grilled cheese, salad.
Okay.
That seems like a regular day. That's like a regular day of food.
Well, you're a big guy, so you require a lot of energy to move.
Yeah. I mean, not moving a ton.
Unless you got caffeine, right?
Sure, which helps.
Mostly driving around. When we get back from the break, we continue from the Y. Ricky, final words?
Come to the Y. Thanks for everybody who's listening. And if you've stopped your resolution or whatever, it's always easy to get back on.
For sure.
And again, I'm here every morning if you just want to just stop in. And thanks for listening. Absolutely. Thank you, Fred and Van, for having me again.
Not Isaiah, though.
Absolutely. Zay,
no.
Yeah, I've never met him, but I'm sure he looks cool. Right on, Zay.
I appreciate
He
it.
spoke for a
Yeah.
lot of guys in the gym with that shirt and sweatshirt. Trust me.
Sure. Rocking with the guns out, baby.
Absolutely.
What does that jacket say? Cheers? What is that jacket?
This is Crenshaw. And it's got the
Yeah.
So I've seen one of those that's got Nipsey Hussle and double zeros on the back.
Rest in
Really?
peace.
Yeah.
super cool.
We're cool. The sports animal. Nunley's accidentally calling me from his cell phone during the show. Are you serious, dude?
Yes, that is.
That's love right there.
That's cool.
Jacques
I just
Tony.
wanted to be as cool as Jacques getting phone calls during the program.
Jacques Tony. Well, we didn't tease him. Jacques Tony is joining us. He's on the show. He is the YMCA. And today, his New Jersey Jets hired the best available head coach on the market, and they are now a contender. Who is the quarterback for the New Jersey Jets at the start of the 2025 season?
I hope he's playing quarterback also.
Aaron Glenn.
You running triple option?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something. No, I just wish we spent a little bit more money, guys.
Who's we?
Somebody, we, the Jets.
The New Jersey Jets. Got
the
it.
New York Jets.
Okay.
New Jersey Jets? No.
Thank you.
The New York Jets.
Yeah, close.
I wish they spent some money and got like an offensive-minded coach. We need it. We have terrible offense.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
Yes, you do.
Terrible offense. And then maybe we'll stop somebody.
Well, the coaching staff that he's going to bring should fix all your problems, right?
No.
Now, I know Brian Schottenheimer is not available. He's going to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. But outside of that, there's like low-key a lot of options. Kellen Moore would be good. Dion, you could have Dion coach the offense.
I'm good on that. Thank you.
Okay. I'm just saying
I
options.
appreciate it, but we're not in that desperate. I guess we are. Never mind. Never mind. Take that back. We are desperate, but we're not Dion desperate. That's like you about to get put out of NFL. Let's hire somebody to keep the capital.
Oh, you're just thinking about the ratings.
I mean, that plays into it, but I just wish we spent some money in the right places sometimes. And that would have been on an offensive-minded head coach.
You say a dude backed out from the Buccaneers. Cohen?
Yeah, because who wants to come to New York right now?
No, well, that was for the Jaguars job, but yeah.
Who wants to come to New York right now? It's a mess over there. The coachers just – I told them they could give me a call. I could have helped out with the coacher, but they just were like –
They have the best coach. Like, that's a fact. This is the best dude who was available.
Aaron Glenn is a good get. I'm not going to sneeze at that hire, but he's not a ton different than the coach you just had.
Yes.
He is basically Robert Saleh, but a little louder.
A little blacker also.
I said louder.
Yeah, he's the same thing. We're just doing the same thing over and over and over and hoping for different results. That's called insanity.
Yes, it is. What about Sam Darnold? You going to go after Sam Darnold?
Oh, my God. If they did such a thing, I would have to find a new team.
It works. It'll work the
Giants fan
second
now.
time, dude. He's mature. He's got more experience.
He's still terrible.
It'll work this time on the Jets.
He's still terrible.
All right.
Hoping for a job next year.
I'm giving you a prediction right here.
Friend of the show, JD's on the line also.
Hank Fraley is going to be the offensive coordinator. He's the offensive line coach right now in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to come over with Aaron Glenn, and he is going to lead the offense for the New Jersey Jets.
Terrible pickup.
No!
Whoever Ben Johnson's understudy was should be the coordinator because that's what you're familiar with.
I want somebody big, I want somebody to just like
Tom Brady.
no. No, I would
No,
never.
he meant like in
Tom
height.
Brady and Belichick is not welcomed in New York, no matter what.
Friend of the show, JD, joins us. JD, welcome.
Thanks, guys. So, as a lifelong suffering Cowboys fan, I had finally decided to jump ship, and so I had gone with
Congratulations.
the Detroit Lions.
All right.
Since they blew up, I've got to pick between now. I think it's either going to be the Bears or the Patriots, and I need to know which way to go. Which team's going to be a better
You picked the
franchise.
Patriots because the NFL today told them they couldn't have a Blue Sky account. So you pick them because they're being held down by the man.
Okay.
Also, I was once in this very same situation, JD. I jumped ship from the Houston Oilers when they split town, and I discovered that the Green Bay Football Packers were owned by their fans, and that was very appealing to me. So I will welcome you with open arms. Come be a cheesehead, brother.
Oh, this is a good idea.
Well, I can't do that because of the catch. So
Yeah, we can't do
I'm
that.
sorry.
How about Denver?
Well,
How do you
no,
feel about
like
Denver?
no,
Yeah, he
you're
could come to
leaving.
New
It
York.
does,
Look,
history
he's already-
doesn't matter.
He's
We're
already
focusing
used to
on the
losing
future,
culture.
baby.
We take everybody. We barbecue real good.
Yeah, that's just too dark for me to go there. Denver, no, can't do that.
You don't want to do Denver?
No.
The Chiefs would be
Maybe
the best lateral move.
Maybe the Falcons, but today it really, it was yesterday. Really, I decided it's got to either be the Patriots or the Bears because I did like both of their hires. I like Vrabel better, but I don't know as an organization if they're going to be able to pull it off. So,
what are your thoughts on?
I think you should be a Niners.
What are your thoughts on eyeliner, painted fingernails, and designer purses?
No, this is not JD Vance. This is a different JD.
No, I'm asking because of Caleb Williams, obviously.
I'm sorry. When you said eyeliner.
It's a Caleb Williams-centric question, not a JD Vance question.
Yeah, eyeliner's good, but the rest of it, no, it's okay.
Okay, sweet.
I think you should be a 49ers fan or just come to
Derek Carr. If you're in the eyeliner, Derek Carr is still in the NFL.
Okay.
That's an option.
Not JD Vance.
Not JD Vance again.
Okay. Because again, the confusion.
Yeah.
Because of caller JD.
I would have asked him about couches if it had been a JD.
That's a good one.
Question.
Go to the Patriots, JD. I will go with you. Their quarterback is the truth. They got a new head coach who's the business.
Yeah.
And the blue sky thing makes me root for them because they said officially the NFL does not approve blue sky as a social media outlet. And weird.
Yeah.
Super weird.
Also, JD, you can say that you're a Patriot and people don't think you stormed the Capitol.
Yeah,
on January
you've
6th.
actually never got exonerated for January 6th.
Yeah, good point. Good point. And since the Chiefs are morphing into the Patriots, I can't go to the Chiefs.
No.
Morphing into? They are them.
Well, the quarterback said he likes Whataburger, and that's like the bad one. Like
Whataburger is the best one.
No.
You're insane.
JD, settle this.
Yeah, JD, Shake Shack, right?
Well, he's not. He's not going to pick.
choice?
He's leaving Texas.
Yeah.
Five Guys
He's
is the
leaving
only
Whataburger behind as well.
White Castle and the rest.
No, Five Guys is the only place that can top off.
Nah, Shake Shack, bro. I got to get you in Shake Shack.
Yeah, that's good.
I got to get you some Shake Shack.
Well, you guys need to support local first off. Get
6-6
yourself a
Diner.
local green chili cheeseburger.
6-6 Diner.
66 Diner.
That's
Yeah,
a good
for
answer.
sure.
JD, good call.
Yeah, I don't know. White Castle's pretty good.
There we go, my
Okay,
guy, and a
okay.
Patriots fan.
It's got a stomach of war.
White Castle. It's got
White
liver.
Castle
It's
and
got
Patriots
liver in
fan.
it, Jock.
I'm
It's
sorry.
liver and onions.
It's got liver in it.
He doesn't sound like that great.
It
of a
literally
guy.
does. Say.
It's what it is.
Google
It's,
that as
It's
well.
got liver in it. It's liver and
Yeah.
onions.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not cabbage and it's
And then-
onions.
The other thing that occurred to me while watching the playoffs, which was one reason that I finally decided I'm completely done with the Cowboys, was how many players out there on every team
That used to play
on
for
both
us.
sides of the ball that the Cowboys passed on that were still available when they drafted.
Mm.
I mean,
Jalen
that's
Carter,
every Jets
Samir
quarterback.
Gibbs. It doesn't matter. Just pick a name. Anybody who they passed on them for some reason. And so, yeah, it was time to move
Well,
on.
JD, I thought the Brian Schottenheimer news would have been that's what's breaking a lot of the Cowboys fans back.
It wasn't the 30 years of losing.
Good question.
No, because there's a lot of games won in
It's
there.
more than 30.
But
But Schottenheimer's not official, is it?
no, but they just gave him a second interview. For what?
Yeah.
Nobody else got a second interview. And a lot of the guys like Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson, they didn't even get a phone call.
Well, of course not. They didn't even talk to Derrick Henry.
Exactly.
If you listen to what he said, he was
Mhm.
kind of waiting around, and he was like, "No, they called me, so I was in Dallas. They didn't reach out, so
I would
I
have
was
loved
like,
I would have loved to play there. Wow. And now
All right,
Ashton
fellas, thanks
Gentis.
for your time. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Good
sir.
call.
Have a good night.
Cheers. Congratulations, by the way. That's hard to change.
No.
Not a lot of people can just quit a path of self-destruction like JD just did.
To go on a different
Say
path
you
of
can do it
self-destruction.
too.
Yeah, Zay, you can do
See,
it.
the Cowboys are toxic. It's easy to be that way now.
He's
but
about to get
as soon as August hits,
You
they
win in the Super
you're
Bowl.
right back in.
he's about to get 15 years of Drake May. He
so
is
sweet.
set up for success.
Yeah.
He's
Holla
got
at him in
Josh
August, though.
Josh McDaniels back calling plays. He's done trying to be a head coach. He knows what he's supposed to be doing and like creating offense for the New England Patriots, his best gig ever.
If they
It's
get
a
Ashton
great
Gentis-
situation.
if they get the guy I want in the draft, I will be stuck.
You'll be a Patriots
Because-
fan then?
If they pass on, if Ashton Gentis is there and they pass on him, it will be by far the closest I'll ever be to literally not caring about an NFL season.
Well, not caring about it's real easy. I'll give you all the tips whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. We're at the Horn YMCA. Jacques Tony is with us. We're talking the world of sports. Jacques, welcome.
How y'all doing today? Thank you for getting off my Jets. They are awful, and they're probably going to be awful for the next 2 years.
They got the best head coach available. They are making the right decisions, but like a dumb fan base, they cannot be supported. So
That'd be in the first half there. Reach for the dump button there.
Nice.
Sure. I'm just not going to be that Cowboys fan I was for the last year or so. Don't expect me saying anything about a Super Bowl.
But see, no, now here's the thing. Now here's why I feel for you. Because it was truly how the Cowboys do it. There was players on the roster. There was reason to have a hope. But then there's also the flip side where some people are thinking, well, of course, you guys aren't going to be good. But then the defense was good. You guys won a decent amount of games with Zach Wilson. You naturally expect everything to get better. When Rodgers gets back, and then you just slowly see that all of that hope was not the case. So Jets fans, Cowboys fans, and up until now, Bears fans are all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Maybe Raiders, but they don't really have, they had no reason to have hope.
I think the future draft pick to fix everything is right here in this building somewhere. Working out, maybe.
Oh,
good idea.
Yeah.
I like that. Keep it local.
you think they're going to get like a good Pilates instructor over there, and that's going to save the day?
Nah, I was thinking one of these young kids because I've already waited 50 years. What's 20 more?
Are you talking about your own kid playing for the Jets? Is that what you're?
It could be him. It could be whoever else here. But
Jock just tells other teams don't draft him.
Pulls a Dion. There's no way any of those Colorado kids are playing for Dallas ever.
Ever is a reach, but I think Shador definitely would like the spotlight.
No,
he would love the spotlight.
Yeah, Shador and Dallas. I think he'd end up going maybe.
He could be a Jets quarterback.
Nah, he doesn't have a real good future ahead of him. We like to take quarterbacks that look like they're gonna have a great future in the Jets, but those first 2 years, 3 years, if they make it there,
Sammy D.
Yes, pretty much. No, left us, went to go see some ghost somewhere, and then now he's in the playoffs somehow.
It's awesome that you said that.
If you guys can find where I can put my money down, I would guarantee 100% within 5 years, Shador and Travis will force themselves onto the same team. That's going to happen.
I could see that 100%.
Like it is
definitely
100% going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, when
Shador backing somebody up, yeah.
When
Nice.
Shador talks to Travis, he says, "Hey, let's go to come over to Dad's house." Like those guys are pretty much brothers, and if they're both free, or if one of them has a chance, and we saw they did to Colorado, they didn't win that many games, but they're going to be both top 5 picks because they balanced off each other real well. So they'll connect in the NFL, especially if Shador's struggling.
Wait, you think Shador is going to the NFL to win some games?
He's the best quarterback in the draft.
Yeah, sounds like a Dak Prescott fan.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah,
that was so good.
Cam Ward's closer to Dak than Shador.
Oh God, yeah, he's not gonna have a great future, bro.
Is Storm Reed like friends with Travis Hunter's girlfriend?
Who?
I don't know who that is.
Shador Sanders' girlfriend.
Okay,
He does not have a girlfriend.
high up on the
Yes,
list
he
of things
does.
I would never know.
Because he goes with that girl.
He's with that one, right?
Shador will be the first person to tell you not in love. So maybe he's got a girlfriend, but he's like, I'm not falling in love.
It's
He's like,
that
I'm not-
Storm Reed. I know exactly who it is. I wouldn't have made it up. Like,
Never.
does she love Travis Hunter's girlfriend? That's all that we need to know, because that's the only way they're going to stay friends.
I Googled Shador Sanders' girlfriend, and the name I'm getting is Jasmine Ray, which I also know is probably not the case.
No, that's somebody else.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's another one.
No, that's somebody else. That's from Storm Reed. That's a red carpet gal.
Yeah, you found the roster just now when you Googled it.
Well, if it's her, is she friends with Travis Hunter's girlfriend? That's the only way these people
First off,
stay friends.
Let's ask the real question. Is Travis Hunter friends with Travis Hunter's
yeah, that's gonna
girlfriend?
slow the whole thing
Because
down.
anything
just
I've
so-
seen, it doesn't look like it.
I mean, that's how people stay connected.
They're still going through. They're
You were
still
reaching just now.
No, that's not a reach.
That was a
Travis
reach.
was talking about his wedding and the plan for the wedding and everything. I guess they're getting it in a real odd place. I forgot where it was. It was like Utah. No, it wasn't Utah. It was maybe like Ohio. the most random spot, and I guess it's like one of the best places to have a wedding. Not a place you'd
Colorado
expect.
has a bomb place, man. I just got married. I was looking at venues in Colorado, and they have this like whole resort area that's like where you can have this wedding, and it's like
Yeah, but if you get married at Canton, that's like kind of a tough move.
They're going to Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, that's like the most beautiful Smoky Mountain-y, like Pigeon Forge-y kind of. Yeah, I mean that's like tourist.
Yeah.
That's like the spot.
Tourist spot.
Yeah.
That's where he said that. That's where they said they're getting married, and then Shadura's like, "Why don't you just have it at Dad's house?" He's like, she already paid for everything.
She got money.
Well, she might have got the Melania coin.
You know how it is. Like imagine Fred, the little 9-year-old home. Imagine you give her $20 for an allowance, and then she comes and buys you like a little gift with $10 of the $20. It's the thought that counts. Like I know it's my money,
so she gets
$50. It's the thought that counts. Yeah, that's how Travis's girlfriend is. I'm sure with buying for it. But isn't the bride's parents supposed to pay for the home? Isn't that how it goes?
Well, I'm looking for my refund.
Yeah, I mean, do you get a dowry?
It depends on the dowry.
God, what year is it?
Uh-huh.
I heard the story. I thought the girl's parents were supposed to pay for the wedding, which is also why it's important for the man to ask for permission.
Zay, you single, huh?
I'm very single.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
looking for a dowry.
Yeah,
he's looking for somebody to pay for the wedding. Is what he's looking for.
It sounds weird. I think it would feel very weird, but I was told that's
6'5", ready to mingle. You dowry.
Mm-hmm. I got the plow. You got the ox.
Oh, that's a good one.
You can't afford a dowry. They just give you animals.
That's
it's a real thing.
Really how it worked. Yeah,
for sure. It's going on to this day. Not a lot. Not so much here.
Okay.
A lot of that stuff still exists. Like that's why like bouquet toss and all that stuff. Like it's all super old stuff.
What they're supposed to do now? Have like cannabis weddings where they just like have open cannabars,
like a hookah.
Yeah, sure, a little bit stronger than a hookah, but
a tad bit,
just a little bit.
Isaiah's like trying to carry his bride over the threshold, and she's like, "No, whatever." And he's like, "No, evil spirits. Like we have to do it."
Yeah, it's traditional, man. That's why those things stick around for so long because it's called tradition. We can't say that it's just old. It's been things that's been passed down for years, and some people don't even know why they even do the things that they do, jumping over brooms and breaking glass.
I was gonna say I might jump the broom.
Yeah,
roll back.
They don't know why they're doing all that.
Is that a Harry Potter thing? Like I don't get that.
Yeah, jumping over the broom.
Lesson.
I don't know that one either.
Also,
I think I don't jump over the broom. I'm not black enough for that. But
it's
is it a black thing?
Yeah,
it's definitely like a black culture thing. Yeah, it's like a jumping. I know this specifically because there was a Tyler Perry movie called Jumping the Broom, and the mom like was throwing a fit the whole movie because he did not want to jump the broom.
Yeah,
and if I don't know if the lady he was marrying was African American, so maybe that's where the discussion was.
Yep,
something like that. Yeah,
there's a bunch of those weird ones like. They used to literally tie your hands together.
Tie your hands together?
Yeah, that was tying the knot.
Oh.
Because that was...
Tracks.
Yeah. Like, there's a million of these things that just don't.
So, in the Catholic Church, they do this big scarf, and you're connected with the scarf, and you both wear them together and at the podium with the priest, and he blesses you, and there are a lot of stuff, too. So, there's a lot of...
I might go that route.
Are you Catholic?
No, I'm actually Christian.
So you probably missed
I'd be terrible.
Those are pretty similar.
Yeah, very, very similar.
Yeah, they're similar in a lot of ways.
Same book.
I think you can borrow.
Yeah. Did you find out about jumping the broom, about slaves?
There's like 8 answers. So I looked it up, and there's like 8 answers. It's like one of the origins is the antebellum South.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's the United States transition for jumping the broom. But
it
predates that.
Yeah, I only care about European to American ones.
Yeah.
Like any of those on it, whatever. I mean, do your own thing.
As a Celtic thing, though, ward off evil spirits hovering above
married,
you.
Have like an Indian wedding. Those things are like 4 days long.
Yeah,
and just like party for 4 days. The whole mom, dad, grandma, grandpa. You just going for 4 days straight.
Can't imagine. That would be an interesting wedding.
Yeah. Things happen at those weddings.
Yeah, I'll work myself up to that point to be able to pull that off. I don't think I'm there yet, maturity wise.
After the break, let's come back to Gogol Bordello's American Wedding. Fantastic. Make sure it's edited.
All right, so from the texter, it's not called tying the knot, it's called hand fasting.
Hand fasting.
No, it's called tying the knot. That's the phrase.
Yeah.
I don't care if you did it at your. What did you also do? Pour sand from your hometowns into a mixed beaker and shake it up, like solidifying your. No, no one really cares.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. My wife's from Albuquerque. They ain't got no sand.
Here in Albuquerque,
It's all clay.
Yeah, well, you could have like some goat heads in it or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Be like,
That'll really
I
stand
got
out.
nice, fine New York sand. You know, it's probably got a little couple of needles, glass in there.
rat poops.
Rat poops, probably a whole rat in there also, but it's at least real sand.
Everyone knows the only thing that matters is the bachelor party. Everyone knows that.
Hard to agree.
Scares me. That part scares me.
We went to Jocks.
Second one, yeah. The bachelor party, I guess, is the most important.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I went to New Orleans for 4 days on the first one, and that's all I got to say there. It was a great time.
Put a penny in your shoe? What is that? That's who is texting this?
Penny in his shoe.
So yeah, there we go.
A little lucky. Where do you get the penny from? Is it like some penny that your parents like saving the whole time you're growing up?
And their shoes.
To get married.
Yeah. Here's my athlete's foot. You get to pass it down to your kid now.
From the texter, can you imagine getting a dowry and inside there's parachute pants?
It's very funny. That's very funny.
Good callback.
Yeah, I missed that part earlier. Well, we were talking
You missed it in the 90s.
Oh, the 90s parachute pants.
Yeah.
But also, my barber was wearing parachute pants today, so I refused his service.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Because he was wearing parachute pants?
Mm-hmm.
Was it
does his hair look freshly cut?
It's not.
Was it one with the cool long straps that like
Don't use the word cool.
What are you doing?
parachute
Are you trying to
pants.
enable?
Yeah, I am.
In Trump's America, I'm not about to
Skids?
sit down and get parachute panted.
Yeah, you got
Lined up.
The 90s is coming back. I want to meet your barber now.
For who? You've met my barber.
Oh, who's that guy?
Don't worry about it on air. I'm not trying to out him to his family as that. He wears parachute pants.
Why would you do such a thing?
Why would he do that? Like, what advertisement off Temu tricked you bad enough into buying parachute pants?
How do you not get it?
I think
It's
he
New
was
Mexico.
not. It was definitely not Temu. I think he was probably on like
Sheen.
or Sheen's doing it now. So
Yeah.
probably worse. I don't know.
How do you not get it? It's New Mexico. The hot air balloons, the parachute, hop out of the balloon. That's how you land.
If he,
Yeah, there's no way to enable this one. He should not have been wearing those pants.
Isaiah's
That
onto
was a terrible
something.
idea. So
you know those Halloween costumes that have little fans that inflate them and you run around like a dinosaur?
yeah, that's what I had for Halloween. Exactly
Yes.
that costume.
If you did that with the parachute pants, maybe now I'm more on your side. I could be leaning towards supporting you.
You can understand. Is being able to understand is everything. You know, like if you saw the parachute pants, you couldn't put together a reason as to why. That's what I'm sure encouraged you to get up and leave.
You sure it wasn't like those emo pants that turn into like a book bag or something?
Has anyone ever been to Southeast Asia?
Not in this.
It's the pants everyone wears in Southeast Asia.
Because they like carrying stuff. He wasn't carrying nothing.
Was not carrying anything.
He probably had a little satchel there waiting for Fred to cut his hair.
He was carrying on a little too much. I could not handle it.
Parachute pants. I think I'm gonna buy my son a pair now. Wonder if they make them for little people that.
They do. Skids and Zubaz still exist. You can get him some Jet Zubaz.
No, I got
That's
him
what
a
all my wrestlers wear.
ugly Christmas jet sweater already. He was really fond of that. Actually, he loved that.
All of my pro wrestlers wear Zubaz pants and fanny packs, and they don't think they look so stupid.
I mean,
It's an echo chamber.
They're walking around Comic-Con last weekend.
did you go? Did you meet Mario Lopez?
So Mario didn't make it. His house burned down. And
He could have made it. He had no house to be at. There was no reason to not be here. Nice hotel, get away from the fire. I still don't understand. I'm still angry about that. I went there last Saturday just for that. Sorry, Saved by the Bell.
You went to L.A. to watch people's houses burn down?
No, to Comic-Con.
Oh.
I went just to meet him. I didn't want to meet nobody else. I went to see Saved by the Bell. Like,
I hosted that Lord of the Rings panel, and I think there was 1,200 people in the room. And I go, I don't know enough about Lord of the Rings to be in front of this many people.
Start handing out 2 men on Duke State Championship.
Googling it as he goes.
While you guys are waiting.
Yeah.
You should have brought your kids to Dora the Explorer and the Bluey panel, which I host, and I was told by the higher-ups, best interview they've ever had.
Oh, you should have told me.
In the history of Comic-Con.
You should have told me you was doing that. I would have definitely stuck around for that.
Well, I found out like an hour ahead of time. So, yeah.
Van called me and said, will you do Dora the Explorer and Bluey with me? And I go, no.
Absolutely.
Were they using their
It
voices?
was fantastic. Well, their voices were pretty much their voices, except for Dora. She's a grown-up now.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Like, where they're using their character voice.
Their character voice is insanely close to their real voice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, was there.
Elvira.
That worked for me.
Really?
And then Kevin Sorbo followed me on Instagram. I didn't love that. I asked him about it. He's still following.
Maybe
you can kick him off if you want. Yeah, you can kick him off.
I mean, it's not called
Rude.
kicking him off. That's called the B word, blocking him.
That's the B word you're going with.
You can also go on and like click remove follower, which I feel like is always kind of you got to really fight for somebody to do that.
You really do. But I'm not the greatest either. If I don't wish you happy birthday, it's probably because you got deleted on my Facebook. So,
I mean, it was my wrestling social media. Let's be really clear. It wasn't my own social media.
See, I thought you was really there.
He's supporting you then.
Yeah, he's supporting. He's being supportive. Like you guys support us here at the Y. He's supporting you and your wrestling.
We support you starting your cardio as soon as you get off the air. It's
Yes.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are at the Horn YMCA. A lot going on in the world of sports today. Big conference football games this upcoming weekend. We're pretty excited about that.
Sure. Hopping on that Jaden Daniels bandwagon this weekend.
You should have got on it early like I did.
Well, I told you that Jaden Daniels was the best quarterback from this draft, and I was right once again.
You were?
So far.
Well, so far, yeah.
Yeah.
By far. So far, by far.
How many quarterbacks are still playing football right now?
Total?
Yeah.
Like you talking about backups too?
Nope. Starters.
What about on the coaching staff?
Nope. Starter quarterbacks only.
That would be 4.
Okay. Is one of them Jaden Daniels?
Yes.
All right. You were right.
Yeah. Going to be the rookie of the year.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Easily. Runaway rookie of the year.
And league MVP, really.
I wish. I'd feel very, very vindicated if that was the case, but it is not.
Not at 10-6.
Playoffs. NFC
MVP in the
championship.
playoffs so far.
Oh, he's going to be in the Super Bowl. He's going to be Super Bowl MVP. He'd rather be Super Bowl MVP than league MVP.
I mean, that's the kind of guy that he is. That's what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's where a lot of my analysis came from, is his selflessness.
And he won that $10,000 bet against that wide receiver.
Yeah, smart.
Take that.
Malik Neighbors.
Yeah. Sucks.
Before that Eagles-Rams game, Jared Verse for the Rams, and another guy he was walking with before the game. They're walking like laps around the stadium, like antagonizing the fans. And they coming across one of the last goal line, and Jalen Carter, as intimidating of a man that is. And you also know that he's done some things in his lifetime at some point too. Did you know that football is his calm place? It's his peaceful place. So he's a bad guy trying to be good on the football field.
Sure.
And he just walks over and like cuts them off, and he's like, "You want to bet on it? Put the game bonus on it." And then Verse walks off. He's like, "Nah, I'll take that 77 with me in the next round." It's a good thing he didn't take that back, because he would have lost the $77,000, which I guess is
$77,000.
Yeah, it's the bonus they got for making for if they were to win that game, or that's the bonus they got from making it to that game.
My goodness, I didn't think it was that much.
77K.
It's a good Sunday.
Yeah. Which I think a bonus is going to be smaller than your game. I mean, depending on who you are, and most likely smaller than your game check on average, anyways.
I don't make that in 6 months.
I would hope.
I'll make that in a couple of years.
Trent Baalke is out as the Jaguars GM. This is after every low-end head coach they interviewed, not even the high-profile guys, all said, "Nah, we don't want to work with him." That's the end of that story.
Yeah.
Jokes.
That's been the rumor for years now, how awful he is. But for whatever reason, he keeps getting gigs, and he keeps staying super close to the owners. So, good job, buddy.
And he keeps hurting your chance of getting a high-profile coach.
Mm-hmm.
When that Cohen cat, the guy from the Buccaneers, was like, "Man, I'm going to stay in OC here in Tampa."
Yeah, that's wild. I want nothing to do with that guy.
If Liam Cohen breaks you, you're very soft.
Like, if you put a lineup, like Liam Cohen could rob me blind right now, and I wouldn't be able to pick him out of a lineup.
All these people sat down with Khan, and then they were like, "Hey, you got to fire that dude. By the way, I don't want this job."
The interview is just for his next GM search. He's like, "Actually, we're leaning towards none of these dudes, especially the one you have."
Walkie actually hates Jacksonville so much, he waited for Ben Johnson to get hired and then got fired. I think that's just not going to be me. I can't imagine being the GM of a thing. Like, what do you really do? Like,
Well, what he does is
Produce,
he
facilitate.
overpays for bad free agents, and he doesn't set Trevor Lawrence up for success. Whoever is next will immediately do a better job.
As a GM, I feel like all day you're like, how can you're just constantly recycling the thought of how can we get better? And you have to actually be somebody that takes the right steps to do that.
I feel like that's a bad GM.
Also, he's cashed so many checks.
That part's true. Yeah, part's true.
He's cashed so many checks.
I feel like you need a bunch of people in leadership positions, like head coach, like coordinators, like travel secretaries.
Yeah.
And then your job is for them to tell you how to make it better. Like, help me facilitate.
Yeah, and then you got to be the one to produce it and make it happen.
That's the thing. Yeah, you got to like as you wish it.
Like Howie Roseman, the things that he's done with the Eagles the past 2 to 3 years, draft, free agency, he literally does exactly what the fans want. Like the most star-studded player, what would make the most headlines, who it's like, oh, no way the Eagles will find a way to get him. He's going and doing it over and over and over and over again. And
he's not a magician. He keeps drafting Alabama offensive talent and Georgia defensive talent. He hasn't cracked the code. He's done the most obvious thing.
Remember how they traded up last year? He just does. He's aggressive. Like a lot of GMs are always like, oh, but what if this? He's like, nah, let's go for it.
Yeah, just go for it. Get the sure thing every time.
Let's do it. Let's just do it. Like, I don't care about the this, the that. Let's just do it. Like, if Howie was the GM of the Cowboys, this Deion thing would have probably happened the same day the news broke. Like, he would have just done it because he would have seen the fan reaction and he would have just done it. The Derrick Henry would have for sure happened because they wouldn't got Saquon. He's just constantly doing moves like that.
The best day to fire Trent Baalke is 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. The second best day
is today. It's 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. I've been thinking about Van. I've been thinking about how to daily tell you one terrible thing that Donald Trump did that day.
Just one.
There were so many today.
Yeah.
Today he rolled back the Equal Opportunity Employment Act.
So wild.
So there you go. That's real.
I still haven't caught up with all of the executive orders from yesterday.
Oh, they're still going.
Yeah, still going.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's crazy. He said it was DEI nonsense. Okay.
So he basically like got rid of the Rooney Rule for businesses.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
he said he was ending illegal discrimination and restoring merit-based opportunity.
Well, better get those jeans in my wardrobe. It's about to get real tough out here.
Can you reach your bootstraps, Isaiah?
Nah, but I'm gonna need to be able to. It's probably gonna be an interview question. Oh, we got him.
Yes.
And we got him.
Do you own boots? First off, do they have straps?
So I say, if yes, do they have straps?
Yeah,
that's what's gonna say. If no, don't answer.
There's levels to this thing.
Okay.
To get me working at the YMCA. I've been slacking on the gym.
Get over here, baby.
They'll have you.
$29 a month. No join fee. Free month on van.
Dog, I'll put you on my family pass.
Is that legal?
In Trump's America?
Has he signed an executive order that you can't do that yet?
Bills fans raised over $80,000 for diabetes research to support Ravens Mark Andrews, who dropped and fumbled and missed blocks and was very bad and has dodged the media ever since his loss for the Ravens in the AFC divisional. And I got a strong opinion on this. My opinion is mental health is real. I got a stronger opinion on this. You are a professional paid athlete, and there is an expectation. It's part of your job.
Yeah, part of your job.
It is part of your job. Mental health is real. It is part of your job to sit at your locker and take for as long as they are willing to ask, or as little as the NFL mandates.
A reasonable amount of time.
To talk about it immediately after the game, and then to talk about it Monday at the end of the season, whatever. That is a thing. And I don't actually think, I love the idea of raising $80,000 for a thing. Like let's help any organization that's creditable. We can have another talk with that.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you this doesn't help him.
Not him personally.
No, helps others.
It will eventually help others. As long as it goes to the right place, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Quick little side question for you boys. What classifies as a federal worker? Is that just like anybody who has an official job here in America? What's a federal worker? I saw he also signed a bill that makes it so all federal workers can't work from home anymore. They have to go in office.
Yeah. So that's anyone employed by the U.S. government.
Right.
So that's the president. No. So I work for Cumulus and the Boys and Girls Club. An example of a federal worker would be a postman. Yeah. It would be, I would give you
forest service.
Forest. There we go. Yeah. Anyone that works in the federal court system.
Yeah.
Anyone that works in federal law enforcement. Anyone who works in, we can keep going.
Right.
So all of those. And then it actually gets a little more weirder with like grant money and stuff for scientific research, but that's a kind of a heavier conversation.
I mean, the audacity for him to sign that in his new office with the word house in it.
Where he lives.
Working
from home.
And he has a kitchen and a bathroom and internet access. The audacity to say only I can work from home.
Yeah.
You can't.
He's also trying to wipe out the federal income tax. What's the catch with that? Sounds nice. I know it's not that sweet.
Well, yeah, there's no funding for all the programs. And that's
definitely when I look at my cumulus checks, big old chunk that's out of there.
So he is claiming he's going to use tariffs to make up for those funds, but like Walmart is then going to sell diapers for more money,
correct?
Because it costs more money to bring diapers in.
Yep.
So then you say, well, why don't we just make diapers here in America? Like, why don't we do that? Because they can't produce enough diapers.
No economist of sound mind has signed off on this plan.
Yeah.
So he's contradicting the ability to stop inflation. It sounds like that would just boost inflation by taking away.
Very correct.
Yeah, you're dialed in on it.
Okay.
So like, here's a really good example. A gigantic export of this country is corn, right? We grow it, we have it in ample loads. Now, not all of that is human grade consumer corn. A lot of that is feed grain corn. With that said, that primarily goes to where? China. China doesn't charge a tariff for that.
Right.
Now, if you enact a tariff on China for goods from there, they would then enact a tariff on the United States of America for corn.
Exactly.
Now, Americans don't want to pay the tariff, so they want to produce less corn. Cool. Here's the
day one. Canada and Mexico got a 25% tariff, and China got a 10% tariff. Day one.
Canada, no. Mexico, yes. China, yes. So, American farmer, who by the way is our welfare queens. So, American farmer,
yes,
is subsidized. So now American farmer is by choice not producing as much as much corn because of the tariffs to China that they don't want to pay. So they're producing their own corn. Therefore, the United States government is increasing their subsidy to farmers because they now have to try to grow cash crops. And that's a thing like soybean or something, right?
Yeah.
So then whenever they're trying to grow that, there's not a consumer level for that here. Who eats soy? Oh, wait, it's the Chinese. They love soy sauce. Then again, they try to export it and they can't because of tariffs, and it all ends up tied together.
Right.
All because of soy sauce. That's wild. I got everything you said.
That's what you heard. Is bleep soy sauce.
Yeah, Isaiah's like, oh, that's salty.
Soy sauce is anti-America. That's what Zay heard.
Give up soy sauce and no federal income tax. Sounds good.
Isaiah was like, you know what? Between us three, because no one's listening, I think salsa was getting too damn popular.
Yeah. It's about time we got rid of our dependence on Mexican avocados. Good job, 47.
Wild. Rice is the number one export from Brazil. You know where that goes? China. Jesus. You can't do them like that. Cannot do them like that.
What's up with the price of eggs? That was the number one topic over there in KKOP. Was that egg? So actually, Blake's Lotto Burger, for anything that has eggs, they have upped the price by $1.
Well, it's bird flu stuff. So, yeah. But here, they don't talk about that part, right? So,
eggs are so expensive. Fast food places are up in the price. Eggs involved.
Yeah, so eggs are up, 40% or something? Is that what it is? It's something of that nature. Yeah. And they're up because of H1N1 bird flu or whatever.
Again. Oh, gosh.
It's not going away. Hey, but good thing we pulled out of the World Health Organization, because all that bird flu research other countries do, we'll have no access to it now. Cool. Cool.
Love that.
And then you create scarcity, and then that motivates consumers. Then you have to limit goods, and you end up in this super wild and weird
paying $13 for 12 eggs.
Haves and have-nots, yeah. And then you realize your actual number one consumer of eggs in this country is McDonald's.
Right.
And then you have a big moment where you're like, if they stop selling nuggets, the chicken industry, literally these farmers would just let the chickens out into the wild.
Yeah. And then they turn into giant jacked feral chickens.
Correct.
And start taking over small cities in the South. Is that what you want?
Yeah. And then you and I and Van moved to the Sun Belt, and we started a business where we pulled chickens out of the grills of cars on the side of the road. For what did you say, Van? For $5 a wing.
I don't know if McDonald's being first without the all-day breakfast anymore is impressive. Must be a lot
because of the eggs.
Yeah, I can't eat breakfast past 11. I don't even know when that happened. Was that COVID?
I'm pretty fortunate that I've never liked eggs, even before I went veggie. I think they're gross.
Well, and
so it's like not really affecting my bottom line. And also, if like you put tariffs on corn and China doesn't buy our corn anymore, or Brazil doesn't buy our corn anymore to feed all their cows, that's better for me too. Because if we're producing cheaper soybeans in this country and I get cheaper tofu, like this all benefits me. Like,
but also
job.
it's not just breakfast all day, Isaiah. It's called the supply chain. So McDonald's has what? Hamburgers. Hamburgers have what? Buns. Buns are made with what? Oh, here we go.
Are you not sure?
You don't know how to make?
Yeah, I know how to make
eggs.
Bread.
There are eggs and
gotcha.
So many hamburger buns.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, that's definitely where the egg usage is going.
I need to go over there and just sit down with you and BV.
You need a couple hours, dude.
For a week.
Well, that's sports, I guess. But the more you know, the more you know. Those were some things that have been on my mind a little bit. I'm like, okay.
And you can't ask over there because no one will give you an honest answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you keep bringing up Benghazi?
Yeah. I told you the price of eggs would go up because Michelle Obama is divorcing her husband.
That was 3 administrations ago. Find a new bad guy.
So Yasser Arafat, what he did was,
I think one thing that'll be really hard to acknowledge is, like, especially in hindsight, like Obama, I think he was that dude.
No, that's very easy to acknowledge. His second 4 years were worse than his first 4.
Mm-hmm. But his first 4, I mean, I still want to see prime Obama versus prime Trump.
Do what? A rap battle? You doing your Shakespeare thing again?
Oh yeah, whatever happened to that? Did you find copy of your Shakespearean rap battle?
No, I didn't. But another detail I found, because I found the reflection paper I wrote for it, but I couldn't find the actual freaking thing.
Please supply that to us. It's Tubing On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. to the program. We're wrapping it up. We're at Sadie's tomorrow. On till 6. February is a big one over there at Sadie's. Music's coming back to the patio because we're getting done with that remodel. Also, I was talking to Brian Stanford today, who owns Sadie's. They're going to do a big pre-Super Bowl party on the 8th.
Nice.
Go over there and check that out. That'll be a big one. I got one right here. Jimmy Butler suspended.
Again.
Yeah.
First 7 games, now 2 games. He really, really doesn't want to be in Miami. But his antics aren't attracting any trade suitors either.
I don't like the way my dad's acting.
It's a bummer, right?
You're supposed to be better. Like, you're supposed to be my father.
I mean, I used to fancy him like as a man of character and integrity. Sure, he's a quirky dude, but you rep your brand. You had your teammates back.
You know what we just forgot about, though? We love soap operas.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, never mind. I take it all back. Keep playing tennis with these cats. Back and forth. Back and forth.
Also, whoever ends up trading for him and the trade value is going down day by day.
Yeah.
Whoever's going to eventually trade for him, fresh legs. Fresh legs.
Like
Not
sands through the hourglass. So are the days of our Jimmy.
Is he the Stephon Diggs of the NFL? I mean, in the NBA. I think so.
Is Stephon Diggs a bad person? Because I think Jimmy's just weird.
They both are the coolest guys in the world until things aren't going their way. Then they are the hardest and they're the worst fakers. Like, they don't know how to sit there and keep your poker face, get through the season, then let go of your thoughts. They're going to tell you right there at that moment, whether it's the press release, whether it's on the sidelines, whether it's visible in front of the cameras. If they don't like something, they're going to say it. And if they're feeling generous, they'll throw it with a little bit of shade and not be direct.
Well, we're not seeing a lot of cornrow Jimmy the last couple of weeks. We're seeing a lot of emo Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way more emo Jimmy throwing unnecessary hissy fits. I'm seeing a lot more of that Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. And what he's trying to do is I don't think he's doing this on purpose, but you've got your players that are trying to strong arm GMs and strong arm owners and teams. It's not going to work with Pat Riley. So
kind of anybody but him, right?
Yeah. And so he's got his own amount of pride. You know, every time he gives any type of free agency interview, he just brings his rings and puts them on the table. And it's worked on a lot of people. And he's not going to let Jimmy just strong arm him.
And it's almost worked for Jimmy twice. Like,
this is his deal.
Threw his team on his back and almost won a championship by himself twice.
If Jimmy would have stayed with the Bulls forever, he'd be the greatest Chicago Bull of all time.
Not counting Scottie Pippen.
BJ Armstrong aside. Isaiah back at the studio?
I thought the only bread that had eggs was French toast, but I learned something new today.
It has even more on the outside. Oh, man.
Do you call your family and tell them what you learned on this thing? It doesn't matter. Van, final words?
Too much of the time allotted, my friend. Anything we didn't cover, check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you at Sadie's tomorrow, Burke.